Hello Pisces, this is your forecast for September 2017, and listen, we got a glorious month ahead of us with just a lot of surprises that are going to be popping off like balloons here for us, and I will get to that in just a little bit. But first and foremost, let's talk about Venus and Mars cruising through the sign of Leo. They did that here in August as well. And think about the Leos, they come from their heart, their center stage, there's a lot of pride and so forth. So you Pisces are feeling this too. And it is cruising through your 6th house for work, your daily routine. It's where you're putting your energy, it's looking at what you love to do and so forth. So Venus right now will be staying in this sign until September 19th. So you have until then to really bring out all your creativity in your day-to-day schedule. It's like the more love you put into it, the more key you're putting in, the energy is flowing, and it could be very, very beautiful results coming from it. Mars too. Think about Mars, your focus, your determination and so forth too, with all this prideful Leo energy. So I'm seeing how you're really thinking how you're wanting to step up the quality of the work that you do. This is because the 6th house is ruled by Virgo, and you know how they are, right? Really, really organized and detail oriented. So Mars is doing great. It has been here in August, and now we have it until September 5th, and then Mars will be moving into Virgo, your relationship house. And then you're going to see how you're going to be upping the whole game between you and your significant other. But it could also be any type partnership, people you work with one-on-one. Now it will become more Marsy, more directed energy. There could be new projects coming in that you might be invited to, or you might be inviting somebody to a collective collaboration as well. So we're liking to see that. September 5th onwards, anything about relationships, partnerships, definitely going to be on the board. Now, the sun is moving through your partnership house as we start out the month. So, you know, the sun is already there. And we also have the beautiful new moon this month, which is going to take place not before September 20th. But the new moon is always where we plant our seeds for our intentions and so forth. And think about that new moon we had in August, which actually was a solar eclipse new moon, right? So I think we're going to already now start seeing the first really good results coming from that solar eclipse, which now for you is all about relationships, partnerships, and so forth. So let's get to the top of the month when all these surprises are going to start popping for you. But before I do, let me just mention that I've made an additional video for you. You'll find it up here on the information button, or also you can find it at the end of the video. But it's a full hour calendar where you'll see the physical calendar day by day. And what that is doing, as opposed to what I'm doing right here, in these monthly videos that I do, we only address the major aspects, right? But on this particular calendar that I'm setting up, it's a day by day, and we're also seeing all the aspects of the moon's motions, which I don't mention here because there's way too many to go through. And remember though that the moon always shows us where we're at with our emotions. The sun radiates, but the moon reflects. It's how we react to certain aspects. So it's a day-by-day emotional mood calendar, if you so will, showing what we will be encountering. So I think that could be a perfect tool for you. You can come back anytime you want. You'll always find it here under the information button. And if you have anything particular going on a special day, you want to look ahead, you can go check it out and see what that's going to be doing for you. It's like a biorhythm, isn't it? How our emotions will always flux with the ebb and flow. So good luck with that. But let's start off on the September 2nd with Mars is beautifully receiving a golden triangle from Uranus. And whenever Uranus is well aspected, you know by now that that brings the wow factor in, the big OMG, right? And so Mars being your goals, it is in the area of your work, your day-to-day routine. Uranus being in your 2nd house for money and income, you might just see a flux of income, extra income due to the work that you're doing, and it might be very surprising for you. And in that case, it's all beautiful. I see you on the 3rd really socializing and communicating with Mercury here, conjuncting that Mars. And so it's like messaging, texting, on the phone, maybe sharing the good news of what you received there the prior day there on the 2nd. And so really happy to see that Mars is so well aspected. And here's, remember, it's still in the sign of Leo, so there's a lot of pride with what's taking place for you. On the 9th, we have the Sun, which is in your 7th house for relationships, partnerships, beautifully aligning up with Pluto. Pluto being that pivotal point of transformation, empowerment, and strength. Pluto is in your 11th house for social networks, friendships, groups, organizations, and so forth, your hopes and dreams. So when we have a partnership coming from this area, well, somebody might just reach out, or maybe you might be reaching out to somebody in your social networks where something can start, like a seed of a beautiful transformation which can empower you, your path, and what it is you're trying to achieve out there in your social network work, right? Then we have more gifts coming in, and this is Venus. Venus now with a beautiful golden trine to Saturn. Saturn is in your career house, Pisces. So you've been working really hard for the last 28 years, right? Saturn is on top of your chart. Everything that you've been working towards, Saturn is trying to give you that golden crown of achievement, and you will see that. Saturn won't be here too much longer. It's 21 degrees. We only got another 9 degrees to go before he will be out and not show up again for another 28 years. So in the oncoming months, this is your turn, your time to shine, to achieve the success that you have set out to do. I feel now when Venus is trining it, well, Venus in the 6th house for work, Saturn in career, put the two of those together, well, it's going to be a wonderful month. Whatever it is you do, and it could be you starting something new, adding something additional to what you're doing, but whatever it is, it has the signature of longevity, meaning that it's not just good here on this day, on the 12th, but it could also bring you blessings for a long time yet to come. Then we have on the 15th another Venus gift from the universe, and of course Venus rules love and romance and harmony and all the artsy stuff, the things that we love and desire, coming in with a sextile to Jupiter. And we know Jupiter never does anything in small amounts. It's always huge, it's generous, it's abundant, right? So we have love, romance, abundance, Venus also money, so money could come in abundance, maybe through a contract, maybe through a payout. It could definitely be a payout since Jupiter is in your 8th house for shared resources, you know, so it could be commissions, royalties, it could be an investment payout, whatever the deal is, could be an inheritance. So yeah, pay attention to the 15th. I think this is a day that could be awesome financially. But for those of you thinking of romantic alliances, it's a great day to get engaged, get married. It's beautiful. It's that time of year as we're setting into fall as well. But celebration, regardless on which level you're going to be experiencing it. Then on the 16th, again, just like you were on all your networks here with your texting and phone calling and sharing the good news like you did on this 3rd, this is the same thing today, because on the 2nd, Mercury was retrograding, right? And then it turned direct September 5th. So now it's direct, coming back to that very same degree as it did have September 2nd. But now Mercury moving forward, energized with Mars. Mars is all fired up. So I feel for you, this is a great time to again share the good news of what took place on the 15th. And on the 17th, there is another blessing from the universe. So we have Venus, which is love, romance, money, and whatnot, now still in your 6th house, but it's getting very close to cusping up to your relationship house, but it is coming in with a golden trine. And you know how Jupiter is. It's out of the blue, unexpected, which it won't be now because I've shared that with you, right? But yes, and again, Uranus in the 2nd house, which is your money and income. So we got several income payouts, both from your month-to-month type income, but also from royalties, commissions, and so forth. So whatever this is, I feel the door that's opening up could be really awesome for you. Then once we get to this stage, let me just say though, we want to kind of like reel it back just a little bit, Pisces. We've had all of these wonderful situations coming to us, being shared with us through up to this time. But from the 19th and the rest of the month, we kind of want to hold back a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Your ruler Neptune is not in the best of positions, and we all know how Neptune can be. When positively aspected, it's spiritual, there's insights, there's vision. You know, all our hopes and dreams, our faith, everything that we trust at face value, Neptune is there, our intuition. But it's going to be off compass right now because the compass is now being opposed by Mercury. So you might hear something and it might sound good, but you know, not everything that sounds good could be true, right? So a little caution there on the 19th. Then on the 24th, Mars is going to be opposing Neptune as well. And we know Mars wants to act, right? It wants to jump. Now, Mars is in your 7th house at this point. So through a partnership, you might want to act upon something, but Neptune is saying, be cautious, just wait, don't act. At least before there's more information. And I think this is really solid news to consider, because on the 27th, Jupiter, which is always happy-go-lucky, enthusiastic, optimistic, always believes it can do well, it is opposing Uranus. And Uranus can give us unexpected news, yes, at times when well aspected in a great way, but when it's challenged, it's one of these, oh my gods, in the challenging way, right? So there might be some news popping up, and this is between your 2nd and 8th house, so it's money and income. And there might be an expense coming to you at this point that you hadn't really considered, perhaps. So you're going to be dealing with it. And then on the 29th, Venus will be opposing Neptune as well. Now, the way to use Neptune in a positive sense, it is your ruler, so you have a better hang of it than the other zodiac signs, is to try to channel it out into something artsy, okay? Bring all of that up and out in that way. Dreams might be more profound at this time too, you know, anything that is Neptunian. But I would say, be careful though, don't use too much money, especially not on those things that sound too good to be true, because you could end up being disappointed here. But let's go with all that good that the beginning of the month really gave, and I'm so excited. Leave some comments down below and share with your fellow Pisceans what these unexpected, beautiful events were for you, right? So then you can share that info. But we also do have the new moon. I mentioned that will be September 20th in the area of your partnerships. That's a great place to have it and, you know, plant your seeds, put down your intentions and so forth. And then we have the full moon, 13 degrees in Pisces in your sign, 1st house, and that is September 6th. So the full moon last month was a lunar eclipse. So I'm feeling that at this point, we're going to really see what it's going to bring you from that eclipse and how this is going to manifest for you, Pisces. Not only is it in your 1st house, that's where you radiate and shine out towards the world, but it is also conjuncting your ruler Neptune. So this should be a wonderful, exceptional day, very spiritual, very artsy, very loving. And so, you know, once the 6th has hit, please do come back and leave a comment and tell your fellow Pisceans what did they experience, or what did you experience, so that they can see and share the mutual experience, blah, blah, blah. I can't find my words. But listen, this is what I have for you, Pisces, this month. I'll see you in October. Don't forget about the monthly calendar, which is up here, that you can do and go back in and look at on a day-to-day basis. Get your little mini forecast for it, and I'll see you next month. Bye now.